weird.
Just let it have a seizure, mate.
I don't want to. That's why I
Tough
want a
shit.
better camera.
Tough shit.
Let me know whenever you hit start.
I already hit it.
What the fuck?
You know this, bro. You know.
And we're live.
We are. We are indeed. First ever live podcast, baby.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, who's not here.
What's going on? Way to like start off negative, Doug. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen that don't even exist.
Ladies and gentlemen who don't appear to be here.
We literally just started.
Yeah.
Give it a damn chance.
I'll give it a minute.
What's going on, y'all? How we doing? Wait a second. My shit ain't... What? My stream's okay. It's everything here.
That makes sense. It's
All the-
everything else.
No, the other computer.
Oh.
Oh, okay. It was being weird. It was like... Okay. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're live
we
for our
doing?
first podcast, man. This is
First.
weird. Usually
This
we
is-
do this off.
This is the first live podcast. This is episode 11. We've been doing this a minute. Which means we're
Holy
fucking pros.
Yeah, super pros. Oh, hey, Doug, thanks for saving a civilian. I should probably move that from, like, away from your face.
Oh, yeah. I tried to like move this in between the two.
Oh, there
of
we
us
go.
As best I could.
Yeah, I just got it in between us. Now, you saved 2 civilians, bro. I appreciate you, man. This is going to be so weird. We're going to be talking to each other, but also we're going to be talking to
Yeah.
anybody that comes into here. It's going to
Yeah,
be
I
fun,
mean,
man.
This is what we've been working up to, hopefully, you learn something. How about this? We'll just give you a little rundown of who we are, what we do, and what our podcast is
These
about.
people
If you
ain't going to
haven't
learn
seen
shit.
it, I mean, you don't know that.
You're right. We don't know that. But that's why we're here, man, because we just want to talk about our love of all things nerdy, man. We've
Yep.
got... Now, we're going to get into this in a minute, but we've got... You can't see this, Doug, obviously. But we've
I've
got...
got my screen pulled up. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got a bunch of, like, Marvel and DC news, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. We've, I mean, we don't really talk about our past experiences with this shit. Oh, hey, Doug. With your little squid arms, bro.
always.
But, we don't really talk about, what got us into this, what made us have a love
Yeah.
for superheroes and comic books and all that crazy shit. So, I kind of want to talk a little bit about that because, we talk a lot about the news here, like
Yeah.
about the Marvel and DC news, even video game news and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. But we don't really talk about what got us into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I figured for it being our first live, we'll talk about us and, again, what got us into it, what, why we're huge nerds.
Hell yeah. What got me
Um,
started was My Little Pony and a little bit of cocaine.
That doesn't surprise me.
I was only 6 when
whatsoever.
I got into it, man. That cocaine hits different when you're only 6 years old.
All right. Well, that's the end of the live episode.
All
We
right,
gotta have
guys.
an intervention with Brones.
Hey, look, I'm 8 years sober now, bro. It just started really early.
Jesus.
No, I mean, what is your first memory? Like your first coherent memory of getting into all of this shit?
Oh shit. I mean, I was always, I don't know, like I was a very hands-on kid, so like I was always building things.
That means you
we
like to
did-
jerk off a lot.
Yeah, that too. We, I I did spend a lot of time outdoors. I mean, well, not when I first grew up. First like 6 years, 7 years of my life were hella fucking chalked. I just give that up. That was not a good time.
Clean
man.
slate once he turned 8.
Yeah, like 7, 8 years old, it was finally like, hey, I can go out and be a kid again. No.
So what happened in the first 7 years, though?
So I was born in Indiana. Had a whole a plethora of medical issues. Doctors were just like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. It was like, oh, he's got severe bronchitis. I could not go outside.
What the fuck?
I couldn't do anything outdoors. Like I would go fish with my grandfather, but being on the water was different. I don't know why.
So like, were you like allergic to everything? Like, was it that?
Yeah, well, I found out that I had a severe case of asthma.
Oh shit.
So literally I couldn't breathe.
Do you still have that in your adult life, or is it kind of subsided?
Yeah, so that was the whole reason we first moved to Florida, and that's why I have a love for Florida. We noticed when I was younger, my parents did, that when we came down to Florida, it kind of cleared up, which is fucking weird, right? Like,
yeah, a little bit.
It's asthma,
Yeah,
it's not like
it doesn't just disappear.
Yeah, it just doesn't go.
That shit was like, oh damn, we're in Florida. All right, see ya.
Yeah. And so they noticed that it got better. I could breathe. I could run around. I didn't have any issues. Well, Indiana is full of fucking pollen and just like dogwood and a bunch of shit that really fucks with your system to begin with.
Right.
On top of the undiagnosed asthma, it really fucked me up. So I was always indoors. I was always playing games. I was always into, comic characters. And then we moved to Florida I guess step back. We found out that the salt in the air actually helps break that shit up.
Oh shit, did it?
So I didn't take it other than doing the normal like breathing treatments for asthma that you're supposed to do.
Right.
I didn't take any medication. It completely cleared up.
That's fucking crazy.
We moved from Florida in 2001, like early. And at that time, I did not have any asthma anymore.
That's fucking crazy.
But as a kid, I was indoors. So what do you do when you're indoors 24/7?
So that's where you got your start. Like that's where you started to dive into the love of what we have now.
Yeah, it started from just not being able to go anywhere.
So like, what did you start with? Like what started you on your path?
I specifically remember like the 90s X-Men cartoon.
It's a great show.
That was the very first like memorable experience that I have with all of this. Was X-Men cartoon, Dragon Ball, because it wasn't Z back then.
Right.
Later on, but Dragon Ball Z, that's what obviously like you've seen my shit.
I mean, you've got the Goku with the sunglasses behind you, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's the channel logo, y'all.
Goku.
Like, yeah. That's Broku back there.
Broku.
Yeah, we again for the first at least 5 years, because we moved down here in 95. For the first 5 years, I wanted to do outdoor stuff, but my body literally couldn't do it.
You were like Jake Gyllenhaal and Bubble Boy.
yeah, pretty much. I would have been better off in a fucking plastic bubble.
Jesus. See, I never had those medical concerns, man. Like for whatever reason, like I was born to somebody that, consumed a lot of drugs and alcohol, right. And she was a party girl. I'm adopted. Everybody that follows the channel knows I'm adopted. So like to pretty much come out of it completely unscathed blew my fucking mind as I got older. I was like, well, I mean, I did have a drug problem throughout my teenage years, but you know, before that, I came out completely unscathed. No, like, major health issues. Now I've got more health issues than I did when I was younger. I have
Naturally.
extreme allergies to pollen, seasonal changes, you know, like, I'll have a sneeze attack for 20 minutes. Just uncontrollable sneezing. Like, my nose will start bleeding from all the sneezing. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro. But,
Yeah.
you know, if I'm gonna say, I think my first like coherent memory, because when my adoptive mom, Mama Brones, for those of you that don't know, when Mama Brones brought me home, one of the very first things she said that I got was a VHS copy of the 1960s Adam West Batman. My grandmother basically helped mold me into who I am today.
Nice.
Since I came home from the hospital.
Right.
So I still have a Michael Keaton Batman piggy bank, a Joker piggy bank, the Michael Keaton Batmobile like wall phone.
Yep.
Like corded wall phone. I still have that like in my little blue box of crazy old shit, man. Yeah, dude, I've got shit from like the 80s and 90s in that box that are in pristine condition. I still have the 97 George Clooney Batman backpack. All leather, or that fake leather shit, whatever it is.
Oh,
pristine condition.
Find it while we're talking. I had
it's crazy,
like,
bro.
Bat cave. I had the like old like 90s bat cave like set.
Oh, I did like, too. I had that too. But so really I guess my first coherent memory though as a child was the Batman animated series.
Yep.
Dude, I watched,
I mean, yeah, that was iconic.
Dude, I watched the Batman animated series so much. Yo, Matt, what's going on, brother? We are live for our very first podcast. I'm just not even gonna bother muting up during this podcast.
Oh no, I'm not.
You know, we're just engaging, man. Matt, tell us some of your memories of getting into this kind of stuff. If you're into it, I don't know if you're into it, but that's what we're here for today. Just talking about our past, talking about how we got into
all these
talking about how we got into comic books and superhero. Good Lord, I can't stop burping. Comic books and superheroes, and you know, just the overall love for this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And for those of you that were not able to see it, I think it was 2 weeks ago I got this, but Doug, my homie here, this guy, literally right here, I'm pointing at him, this guy, he got me this little Khonshu, the Khonshu statue in a jar with Khonshu's head on the side, or like his little skull on the side. It's fucking gnarly,
Khonshu
bro.
Turned into the talisman,
with sand that is supposedly from Egypt, but we all know it's literally from like a beach in New Jersey. So
I mean, it's probably from like Normandy or some shit.
But no, dude, that thing's cool as fuck, and I'll cherish that thing forever, man. Like, it's literally gonna sit, like, it's sitting on my desk under my gaming monitor. It's literally just sitting there, and I will cherish that thing forever, even though it's something so small, so simple. But you know, that shit's fucking awesome. It's adding to my superhero collection. But
I mean, that's the thing, you know, like I just posted a video. It was like it was a TikTok. I think I posted everywhere. I got my Gengar onesie, you know. I'm a big fucking kid, you know, and dude, I really don't care. Like,
that's really what it is, man. We're children, just in adult bodies with adult money.
Yeah, that ain't no shit. I don't want to grow up, you know. Even if and when I do have kids, I want my kids to experience, like, have that happiness that I still have from this stuff.
100%,
the
bro.
whole reason we still read the comics, read our books, buy figures, do this, that, and the other, play the games we do, is because that reminds us of the joy we had as a kid.
100%.
It takes us back. In a world full of shit, this brings us back.
This is our escape from real world problems, from any issues that arise in the real world, you know what I mean? So when we get to come on and do this podcast for an hour or two, we just get to have fun. We get to talk about the things that we love. We get to talk about our past, get to talk about what we did growing up, you know what I mean? Like, I'll never forget, all of my friends were outside playing, playing like Manhunt. Manhunt was a huge game when I was a kid growing up. Just neighborhood Manhunt.
Was, again, like once we moved to Florida, we played hockey. We played street hockey. We played ice hockey.
I did that too.
We were on our bikes. I mean, my dad built ramps for the neighborhood,
right?
To, like, ramp our bikes off of and stuff.
Oh, dude!
Like all the kids in the neighborhood were friends because we all did the same shit. From like the age gap was tremendous too.
Right.
Like, I think I was, again, 5, 6, 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hanging out playing street hockey with kids in high school. Like, and
Right.
every kid on the block got along. There wasn't a single kid that wouldn't come outside.
Oh,
or you
100%.
couldn't go beat on the door and be like, "Hey, can Joey come out?" And they're like,
Hey,
"Yeah,
is
he's
Jimmy
done his
home?"
homework." Yeah.
But when I got home from doing outside activities, it was video games, comic books, superheroes, TV. It was literally everything that I love now. And and
it was
now I don't go out. I don't hang out with people. I play video games online with my friends. And when I'm not playing video games online and I'm not working, I'm reading comic books, I'm watching movies, I'm watching TV shows. I don't give a shit about what goes on in the outside world anymore. I literally, dude, it really is. I just enjoy the life that I have now. It's a simple life. I don't have a girlfriend. It's just a simple life. I'm happy, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, how could you be happy living a life like that? Like, you're 28 years old." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a 28-year-old kid, man. I'm not a 28-year-old fucking blue collar." I mean, a lot of people would say that the way that you and I live our lives is boring as hell, and we're not like getting the full potential out of our life. Like, a lot of my friends, they're like, "Oh yeah, I did this, and this." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I read 57 comic books this weekend and I watched She-Hulk." Like, they're like, "Bro, that's no way to live." It is a way to live.
Boring.
That's my way to live.
My way.
You know what I mean? Like, you're building a fucking Lego. You literally texted me saying that you were naked building Legos yesterday.
I really wasn't, but it fit with the, like, you were like, "I'm wearing a blue hoodie, I'm outside." And I'm like,
"Oh, dude,
I'm sitting here naked building a Lego."
But like, this is the way. Why did my screen just went black? That was fucking strange. Oh, probably because I'm not like active on the screen.
Active on it. Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So a couple other memories that I have growing up, man. I was, like I said, I was real into the comic books. My mother came to the realization that this was a big part of my life. Every Saturday I would watch like Static Shock, Batman Beyond, fucking Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones was so good.
Fucking Batman the Animated Series, Super Friends, the X-Men. Now obviously I wasn't around for Super Friends, and
like Gleek and
But like X-Men Evolution, that was the very first X-Men TV show that I've ever watched. And then as I got a little bit older, I went back and I started watching the X-Men, like the original X-Men TV show from like the 90s.
Yep. That's what I grew up with.
I believe wasn't there an X-Men show in the 80s, or was it like in the 90s? I mean, we're 90s kids.
I want to say there may have been one that started like late 80s
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of went into the 90s. But
Right.
I mean, there was a lot, let's face it, anything comic related visually from the 70s and 80s was not the greatest.
Right. But I
You
mean,
look back at like
it's fun to watch though.
Yeah, because it's to see that original origin of what they thought.
To see where shit
just-
started to where it is now. Holy shit, man. I mean,
I'm gonna show this one. I know you and I have looked at this and we've talked about this, but like
Iron Man.
not just Iron Man, that entire show.
Shit.
Like, what was that? 1980s.
Yeah, I think it was like,
Marvel.
no, it might have even been the 70s, bro. It might have been the 80s. Oh, also, for anybody wondering if I actually own an Acura, I don't. This is just a comfy hat, man. I love this hat. I found it completely sealed in a car that I was cleaning. So I was like, this is mine now. I own a Mazda, a 2022 Mazda CX-5. For anybody that cares or is interested in what I travel around the world in.
All right. So here's Cap. Oh, where's that? Oh, it's blurry.
That's probably a good thing. Captain America.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Yeah, dude. It's real bad. It's rough.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's
You know, I want to see
there's
now.
1980s Cap.
I real quick want to see what my page is tagged as on Facebook. Oh, it just says that we're live. Oh, cool. Literally none of what I wrote
Is in it.
is in there.
I like it. I like it.
Love it. I'm pretty sure it
Yes,
says that I'm
right.
playing Call of Duty. Like, I've got Call of Duty plugged. Yep. Awesome. Cool. I fucking hate my life.
Facebook. But
So,
growing up, it was literally everything too. Like,
oh,
it wasn't
100%.
for me, it wasn't just comics, or comic related or superhero. I mean, I was a huge Star Wars geek in the 90s.
Right.
I had tons of Star Wars like sets with all the characters and like different sets from Tatooine and
Right.
I mean, it was just all it. I was just.
I'm listening. I'm
huge
just trying to
nerd.
fix what is happening because,
Oh, yeah.
literally all
You know
of
what's
this.
super aggravating though. Like, I guess it's a good thing, and I say that with like a question mark at the end of it because it super pisses me off. Growing up as the kid who watched anime and cartoons and shit, right? I was the fucking weird kid.
Yeah, right?
Now it's become so huge.
Dude.
It's gonna be huge. It's become, and specifically anime. Like the cartoon thing has really been around. I mean, for a good while. But
Right.
specifically the anime stuff. Dragon Ball and even like what was it called? Sailor Moon. Just you name it. If it was an anime back in the 90s and you watched it, you were the fucking weird kid. If
Oh,
you walked in
100%,
with
bro.
An anime shirt, they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with him?" Now,
What the fuck is wrong with this
that
guy?
stuff gets pushed so hard, it pisses me off.
It really does, dude.
Because it's like it's come full. Oh, shit.
So I was
It's come
wondering,
full circle.
real quick, I was wondering why this shit was being weird. Now I know.
Makes sense.
Because it literally says Call of Duty on
I see it,
everything, bro. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
I'm
it says It says first live podcast, and then it says vibing with the homies.
None of the shit's saved, man. I'm actually kind of pissed. Because I was like, there has to be a reason why none of this shit is working. But now, it all makes sense. Okay.
I mean, Twitch looks fine.
Did Twitch save it?
Well, I don't see the description.
Oh yeah, there's no descriptions on Twitch.
Yeah.
All right, so we got it all changed.
YouTube is fucked.
Check my YouTube, refresh my YouTube, check to see
I'm
if that's
refreshing
good.
right now.
Yo, Rye,
there
what's
it
going
goes.
on, baby? We are live with our first podcast. Little bit of a technical difficulty here. Fucking, oh god, I'm a fucking jackass, dude.
What a dingus.
Okay, so YouTube, it changed. YouTube's good. I was wondering, dude, I was like, why the fuck is nobody coming in here? And I had to check.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, everything got changed now. Okay. Guys,
I mean,
we're not
I
playing
had
Call
no
of
one
Duty.
either.
We're not doing anything. We are live for a podcast. I was so confused, but now we're goated.
I'm trying to figure out.
Yo, Rye,
why
thank you for saving a
YouTube
civilian, by
has
the way,
had
bro.
Nothing.
Yeah, right? Is my YouTube's good though now, right? It should be. It should
I think
be.
it was before. Let me.
Okay, so yeah, to go
That's
off
good.
of what you were saying, we were the weird kids growing up, man. You know,
Yeah.
comic
fucking
books
pisses
and
me off.
superheroes, like as we were growing up, superheroes and comic books, they were kind of like dipping down because if you remember,
Because
back in the
then
day,
it was
like
all
this.
about being like the drama and the live action shit.
Well, not even just that. Like in the 60s and 70s, comic books and any form of superhero material. Yo, Rye, thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing the good word of the Hall of Heroes there, brother. So back in the 60s and 70s, even the 80s, comic books were extremely cheap. I'm talking like 45 to 50
yeah.
cents
Yeah,
a
they were cheap.
comic. But then when the 90s came, the price of comic books went like this, skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the interest plummeted. So
Well, yeah,
we
because you
grew
can
up.
no longer go out and buy 50 comics for $10.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And that's another really good point. When I was growing up, I was able to. So when you and I were growing up, comic books, like single issue comic books, I'm not talking like the full blown stories. Single issue comic books, they were usually anywhere from like $1 to like $1.50, right? I remember my mom would take me to the comic book store after church on Sundays. I used to be a religious person. My mom would take me to the comic book store almost every single Sunday or Saturday because we had one right up the street from where we lived. She would say, "Okay, here's $20. Go in there, get some comic books, come out to the car."
Yeah.
I would walk in there. I would be able to get anywhere from 20 to 25 comic books.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh yeah.
now,
They're like $5, $6, $7 a piece.
exactly. Rye just said in chat, we could get comics for $1 to $2 a piece.
Yeah.
Point exactly. Now, you walk into a comic book store, you're lucky if you could get 5 comic books for $20
Oh.
because
That-
each comic
I
book
would
is
be
like
amazed.
$3 to $4.
Yeah.
That's
I'd be
fucking
amazed if that's-
crazy. That is absolutely insane.
For it's not even the entire story. You're only getting like
That too, yeah.
it may not even be anything. Like you're only getting like, from A to Z, you've got
Right.
C.
And
Like,
that was the other thing too growing up. So you do remember the thicker comic books,
oh yeah.
like the full-blown story comic books.
Yeah, the full on like the whole storyline.
Right. They were anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks a pop. You
Yeah.
could get one of those plus 5 or 6 single issue comic books for $25. Now, You go into a comic book store, those full story comic books, those thicker comic story books, they're like $30 a pop.
Yeah.
They're $30 a pop now, bro. You cannot get, I mean, with like adult money, you could definitely go in there and spend $200 and get whatever the fuck you want.
At the same time, like, that wasn't the point of comics, you know?
Right.
Like, it was the cheapness and the availability of them.
Right.
For kids. Well, not just kids, but that's what got them into it, is because it was cheap reading.
Right,
you know?
exactly. It was fun. It was fun to be able to go in there and get $20 worth of shit, and you're leaving the store with 25 comic books. You know, that's a week.
Walk out with $5 or 5 books for $30.
Yeah, it's not what it used to be, man. And like, I remember growing up and just, oh my god, I looked forward to going to the comic book store every weekend. And my mom never really understood like how much it meant to me that I got to spend time with her, but also get to do something that I loved. Cause like after church or on Saturdays, she would take me to the diner, which was literally right across the street from this comic book shop. So we would go to the diner, have a nice breakfast together, and then we would go to the comic book store. She would usually sit in the car because like she's only been into that comic book store a couple of times with me when I was growing up. Usually as I got older, she would just be like, I'll wait in the car, you go in, do your thing. So I would come out, I would have 2 bags just with this many comic books, like almost ripping the bag in half. And she was like, wow, you got a lot. That was only $20. I was like, hell yeah, it was only $20, Mom. Like,
comics are cheap.
Now
Mom.
it's like, as I like, when I was like 13, 14.
I'm curious, as we're talking, I'm gonna look up some comics and see how much they are.
Dude, they're so expensive anymore, man. Like, they're so expensive. But she would take me there like in my early teens as well, and like the bag would be like smaller and smaller as I got older, and she was like, what happened to the $20? I was like, well, these 2 books were $20, Ma.
Right.
She's like, what? Yeah, dude, it's not what it used to be anymore, man. And it's upsetting, because when you and I, when we eventually have children, if we ever have children, I want to be able to take my kids to the comic book store, and I want to be able to spoil my children the way that my mother was able to spoil me. But given the way that society is going, and given the way that the economy is going, that's not a possibility, you know? And it sucks. It sucks that our future children cannot enjoy the luxuries of comic books and the entertainment that we got for a cheaper price.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so just for a comparison here. All right. Amazing Spider-Man 2018. This isn't even old.
Okay.
2018, 6 series of Amazing Spider-Man. $25 for a 1 of 25. Retailer incentive variant cover.
What?
$649 for a 1 of 1,000 retailer incentive variant cover.
What?
$60. $6.40. 127. This is 2018, mind you.
This is only a 4-year-old comic, and it's hundreds of dollars.
4-year-old comic.
Holy fuck.
Like, okay, so yeah, $6, $8.
That's fucking
$12.
insane.
Like, it's no fucking wonder people don't read comics anymore.
Oh yeah, dude. Yo, Boston, thank you for saving a civilian, brother. How we doing today? But yeah, dude, I mean, we grew up in the greatest era of comic books.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we were, like I said, we were able to get a bundle of comic books for $20.
Yeah.
You know, we were able to spend an entire Sunday afternoon reading these amazing stories about these super powerful characters that, you know, we could look up to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not a lot of people ever understood that, you know, like the adults, a lot of adults, they were like, "Oh, how could you look up to somebody like that? How could you look up to a superhero? How could you look up to this? It's fiction."
Because
Okay.
it was literally our escape.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so there's people out there that are like, "Oh, well, you should be worshiping God, not Batman." Okay, well, I mean, they're kind of in the same playing field. They're both in the same section at a bookstore, just saying. Like, you know what I mean? It's personal preference, man. I would rather read about the mentally unstable man in a bat costume than
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, it's all up for personal preference. You know what I mean? Like, this is my jam, bro. Like, I love this stuff. Deadpool, The Flash, Batman, fucking Loki, the Infinity box set, you know, X-Men. Yeah, that's my jam. And the thing that a lot of, you know, older people never understood was these comic books teach us lessons, man. Like, if you really pay attention to it, the comic books that we read are teaching huge lessons. You know,
They really do. Like think
with
that's
the
why
X-Men,
a lot
bro.
of people have such a what's the word I'm looking for? I think that's the reason why most people think it's a waste of time.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, a comic, it's just a fucking it's just a book with pictures and words, and
Right.
it doesn't do anything. When in reality, like, if you were to actually sit and read any of them,
Right.
they all have a message, they have a background, they have a story to tell, and most of the time it's how not to be a fucking piece of shit.
Right. I mean, one of the
Maybe we need a lot of that in our world.
One of the best examples of a great life lesson is the X-Men. If you really think about it, the X-Men covered multiple things. The X-Men covered racism,
Diversity,
racism, segregation. If you remember, in the comic books, the X-Men were regarded as freaks of nature. You know, they were not civilized human beings. They were weirdos. They were freaks. And those comic books basically made mutants the minority. Made them the race that everybody was afraid of. You know, there was no, it wasn't your normal form of segregation or your normal form of racism. It wasn't whites versus blacks versus Mexican, Puerto Rican
versus mutant.
Yeah, it was human,
You know,
plain Jane human versus superpowered being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was like a predecessor to what you see. Well, I mean, it was always prominent back then, but it was their way of flipping the script on it and not having to fucking talk about racism or anything like that. It was their way of touching on the subject
without actually touching the subject.
Exactly.
And
if you fucking understood it, you knew what they were talking about.
Right. And the main lesson with the X-Men was it's okay to be different. It's okay to have different beliefs, have a different background than your neighbor, have a difference in appearance, difference in mindset, difference in abilities, you know, and you just want to come together and work as one coherent society. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna. But that's what the X-Men was all about, man. It was about bringing different races together. And a lot of people, you know, people like us, we understand that. But a lot of people, they're like, oh, there's that blue guy that could teleport. There's that guy that puts
He has
claws
to-
out of his body.
Yeah, that guy has to wear a visor because he's got a medical condition that he can't control. Like,
Yeah, like the X-Men taught us that it's okay to be different, man,
Mhm.
and that is
why
a
I'm
that is a
still different.
huge lesson that we can apply to real life.
oh, yeah.
You and I are extremely different in regards to the lifestyle that we live.
Yeah.
But we are also the same in regards of our interests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We love video games, we love superheroes, we love comic books, you love anime. I've never really gotten onto the anime train. I've tried, but was never really my bag.
I think it's it's both sides for me. And again, it comes back to being in the house watching every single cartoon that
Right.
was on, anime or comic related or
Mhm.
not. I mean, even just the 90s cartoons that we used to watch.
Right.
And I don't know. I think, not to like break anyone's heart, but specifically with Dragon Ball, right? Like, you have these characters who aren't from this world and have the ability to power themselves up
Right.
to overcome different things in the world. Like, they need more power to fight, or they need more power to do this. And as a kid, it's got a lot of fucking medical issues. I connect with that because you want to be able to power up to not be sick.
Right.
You want to power up, and I think it gets you, as a kid, it puts you in a mindset of you can overcome it.
Right.
Because there are other people out there who are worse.
100%.
So I think I related with the anime, again, specifically Dragon Ball. That's why it's like top tier for me. I know a lot of people don't fucking like it, and I really don't give a shit. That's your opinion.
Right.
But I think that's why I connected with Dragon Ball so much, is because
100%,
the
dude.
ability to power up and overcome your odds.
And all of these, all the sick kids and sick children in the hospitals, kids with leukemia, kids that are even worse off.
Yeah.
One thing that these Hollywood actors that portray superheroes do is they go to the hospitals and they visit
I
these
love
children in superhero costumes, and the kids go crazy for it, man. And it's because the kids look up to these heroes that are so powerful, they're so perfect, they're in a child's little mind. That superhero is what they want to be. They are not flawed beings.
No.
They are not sick. They're not hurt. They're not going through it. They
They're
are
powering up.
the all-powerful, powering up. That is the image that these children want to be in.
Yep.
And I love that people do that. I always tell my coworkers that if I ever came into some kind of money, I would literally get movie replica costumes and just visit sick and dying children in the hospital, just to give them a little bit of hope, man, because kids love superheroes.
Yep.
That is what gets them by. You know what I mean? So
100%.
I mean, this is my life, man. I love this stuff. I can't imagine.
I kind of like it,
Dude, I look back now and I cannot imagine what my life would be. Oh yeah, you got all your little statues and shit up there? Hell
And,
yeah.
all my this is all pop figures up here, and I've got all these shelves on this side.
Yeah, you've got even more shelves, bro. I want to put shelves back here. I want to move this Deadpool poster over there to cover that square. And then I want to put some shelving behind me right here and buy not super expensive statues, but buy a bunch of superhero statues and put them back there.
I just bought a new one. He's back there.
I just bought a new one. I don't exactly know where he is because there's
Where did I put
2,000
that?
statues up here.
There's 80 there's 80 of those. There's 50 of these.
Yeah,
No,
for
he's-
real. You're a
back
fucking
there.
lunatic.
It's Super Saiyan Brawly, and he's standing there like all beefed up and shit.
Oh, nice. But yeah, dude, I can't imagine where I would be without superheroes and comic books. I don't even. I don't
I
know
think I would be a.
what my life would be like.
I think that I would hate life. No, I truly don't know, because it's. I can't even remotely begin to think about it, because it's
Right.
been such a big portion of my life having these characters, the games, the comics, the anime. Like
100%.
I'm 32 years old, and I obviously there's still stuff that I do that outside of this,
Right.
but this is me.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
it is like,
Dude,
you know.
when I was growing up, I was kind of forced into like doing sports and going outside and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
The only sport that I ever really got into and like I was really good at was swimming. And I wouldn't even say that's like a sport. I mean, it's a sport if
It
you're
is.
on a swim
It
team.
is. Yeah.
But like I was on the swim team and I was
Yeah.
really good at swimming. But every other sport, people were like, "Oh, dude, you're 6'5". Why are you
Yeah.
not playing basketball? Why are you not a linebacker? Like why are you not playing hockey?" And I was like, because I don't want to. I want
Yeah.
to read comic books. You know,
I
like
want to be the nerd. If you don't like that,
yeah.
all right.
Like everybody's like, "Oh, well, you're wasting your height." Okay, well, you're wasting your life worrying about what I'm doing with mine.
Yeah,
You know what I
mind
mean?
your own.
Like,
Stay in your lane,
I'm
man.
I'm 6'5" because I was gifted with height. Like
It's not like I
it
was like,
wasn't
you know what? I want that height so I can play fucking sports.
exactly
Do the
like
sports.
my biological father was not an NBA player. You know, he
Yeah.
was almost 7 feet tall. You know,
Jesus.
like it was. I did not get his height to then become a fucking NBA player. Like, I got his height because that was part of my genetic coding.
Right.
Like
Yeah, when I was younger, I played hockey, street hockey, and on ice.
Right.
I was on a team for ice hockey. I tried out for baseball. I got not drafted, but like I got into baseball, and then I was like, I don't want to.
right,
Did
exactly.
the same thing for football. I went out for football. I was gonna be a running back, and got in. Like got accepted. Nah, didn't want to.
Yeah,
Sports are not my jam, man. Like it was one of
they
those-
never were my thing.
Yeah.
Like I
I do love hockey.
I
do.
also did track. I did track. I was really good at that.
Fat kids don't run, man. Like Jesus.
So track. I mean, that was my thing. You know, like
Yeah.
track and swimming. That was the two things I was really good at. But like that wasn't me. You know, I did
Yeah.
track for 2 years. I did swimming for a lot of my childhood. But at the end of the day, I wanted to be Batman. You know, I wanted to
Yeah.
be Superman. I wanted to be the Green Arrow, the Flash, fucking Spider-Man, Wolverine.
I think too, what worried me was like with the whole sports thing was, because I had asthma as a kid, I was always worried that was gonna affect me somehow.
Right.
With doing, not like, by no means did I not push myself, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to fucking croak out on a sports
Right.
field.
You're gonna be playing hockey and your heart's just gonna explode.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, like
Doug's
no,
trying to
I'm-
run a football for a touchdown and he just loses his foot.
fucking 1 yard line, we lose the game because Doug had a fucking aneurysm.
Yeah,
you
like,
know.
He had an
Um,
aneurysm and fell the opposite way.
yeah, he was at the end zone and he fell backwards.
Yeah. Like,
No, man, like I love this stuff. I've shown you, I've got signatures from people who voice act these characters, because
yeah.
at the end of the day, like, it's not just about the character, right? It's not about their story. It's also I don't know. A lot of people think it's weird, but like you feel a connection with the voice actors
Yeah.
because they did so well to bring that character to life, and
Right.
I appreciate that from them. So that's why, like,
100%.
I drew Goku and got it signed by Sean. I've got a picture of Gur from Invader Zim signed by the voice actor.
Hell yeah.
I have a custom, and by custom I mean 100% custom. I told her what I wanted to draw and she did it. A custom Iron Man drawing that a chick at OhioCon did for me. I was like, I want this, and this. She's like, all right, bet. And like, she 24-hour turnaround. This chick was amazing.
Damn.
Actually, I'll show you too, because she killed it.
Oh shit.
Like,
That's actually kind of fire, bro.
she fucking killed it, and fuck the ring light. But
That's fucking awesome.
yeah, like I went
That's
to her
cool
'cause
as
we
shit.
were there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I saw her on Friday, walking around, and I was like, this is what I want, kind of Iron Man standing in front of a city. Like, what the fuck did you do here?
Right.
And she was like, okay, I got it. The next
Hell
day,
yeah.
she texted me. She's like, hey, your picture's done. I was like, really? I fucking loved it.
That's fucking awesome.
Like, this is my shit, y'all. This is my jam.
Oy, fuck yeah, dude. So, we just did 51 minutes of talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
I love that. We've never done that, bro.
No.
I think the longest we've ever talked about ourselves in this podcast
Like 20 minutes.
was not even 20 minutes, like 10 minutes. So like to be able to dive into it was kind of nice, like
Yeah.
just talking about what kind of got us started, got us to where we are today, and like how we continue to live that life, with our own money, because we were using our parents' money growing up, but now we can
Yeah,
afford to
I wish
do
I could
this.
still use my parents' money.
Oh,
'cause I
me
spend way
too.
too much of mine.
Me too. I mean,
Like,
for
if this
Christ's
says
sake.
anything, right? Like, this is my new Witcher chair that I got.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, like, this thing's badass.
But didn't Tita buy that for you?
Yeah, but it's all collectively our money.
That's true. That is true. She used your bank account without you knowing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. She's like, you know what? This is coming out of his allowance.
This is coming out of his share of the
Yeah, no shit.
family money.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. That is a kick-ass chair, man.
Bro, I love it.
That is such a badass
my-
chair.
The first one I got it's a Secret Labs, but it's the 2020 Evo, I think it's what it's called. And
Yeah.
it's like ash, so it's like bluish gray.
Right. I have
And
this.
I love that chair.
I've
The
got
GT Racing.
GT
I
Racing.
was between. I think when I was looking at chairs, I was between the GT and this. Or
So
the,
I got the GT because I didn't want to spend $600 on the on
Right.
a Titan Secret Labs chair because I'm a big dude.
Yep.
I need like the top
The
of the
big
line
one.
chair,
the XL,
and the top of the
yeah.
line chair is like fucking $600. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this one for $400. I cheaped
think-
out.
The first one I bought, it was on. I think I got it during Black Friday, and I think I ended up getting it for like $350. I think.
Oh,
It
that's
was
not bad.
Again, it wasn't the Titan. It was it was the Omega, is what it was.
Oh, okay,
And so
yeah.
it was on sale, and I'm 250 or 5'10", 5'11".
Right.
So, I got the regular size, and I love it.
I've also got
and
really
then-
bad luck. I got
Really
bad luck with these chairs, bro.
Oh, didn't you? You just bought that one, didn't you?
I
Because
just bought
the
this one.
cylinder
I
was
bought this
going
one
bad.
like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. And yeah, the fucking cylinder, I would say 4 to 7 months in, the cylinder
Started to leak
started going, and like I would just like slowly dip down, like in the middle of a stream. I would just be like, I would start up here. I'd be like, by the end of the stream, I was like down here, and everybody was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
How is he 6'4" and he's not on camera?
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? So
Yeah.
I had to get a new cylinder. Had to
Yeah.
get a new cylinder, and then but
Did they
now
warranty it, or did you have to pay for it out of pocket?
so I bought like a top of the line cylinder from like a very
Oh, I
specific
got you.
like chair cylinder brand. I forget what it's called,
Gotcha.
but it's like a top of the line cylinder that is not supposed to have any issues until like 3 or 4 years in.
Right.
And the one issue that I do have when I put this new cylinder in, it completely disabled the ability to like go up and down.
Really?
Yeah. That might be because like I was trying to get the old cylinder out and I was using a
Yeah.
fucking mallet because that shit would not get out. I had to completely disassemble the cylinder while it was in, which is very sketchy, by the way, because when you're trying
Yeah,
to
on a
disable this pin,
hydraulic
that shit
cylinder,
could
yeah.
boom, that shit could fucking blast off into the ceiling. That could blow
Yeah.
your fucking face off. So I had to be very careful with that. And then I stood back and went, dink! And that shit rocketed into the floor. So, like, so I was like, okay, bet. Put the new cylinder
Wow.
in. The fucking, I'm like pulling the thing now and it's not going down. But whatever.
That's
I
weird.
mean,
It-
that's fine by me because I'm not
At
trying
least
to.
it sits the height. I mean,
It does. It sits at the height that I need it to, and I use the back cushion. Like this
Yeah.
shit's flat as fuck because my fat ass sits on top of it just to get like a little bit of a boost.
a little bit of a boost, yeah. So obviously, for the some people don't know this, you do, but we moved from Indiana to here,
Yeah.
and the chair didn't make it. The Omega, the Omega is still in Indiana in the trailer, like, because we're waiting on a whole bunch of shit. The only part of the chair that made it was the fucking head pillow and the back cushion. It's sitting back here.
Oh my god.
So the whole idea, we have the really shitty office chair that we both been kind of like sharing back and forth. So she bought this one and she's gonna get the Omega once it gets down here.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
So
just a fucking clusterfuck.
yeah, dude, it's just a nightmare. All right, are we ready to talk about like some of the stuff going on? Some of the news?
Yes. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
There's not like a whole lot. I mean, there is some new
Not
stuff coming
really.
out though.
So I saw something interesting. Well, we'll get to that. I'm gonna touch on it because I think it's stupid,
Okay.
and I don't like this actor.
Okay.
It has been reported. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. This is part of just Marvel updates. That Sacha Baron Cohen will
I
play
saw that.
Mephisto.
I saw that.
And I'm just like, Mephisto, the devil. Sasha, I don't know. I don't like Sasha at all.
I don't know, man. Like, part of me is kind of like for it. Part of me is kind of against it, just because I've never seen him in that kind of a role. You know, we know him as
okay.
Borat, we know him as Bruno. I've never seen him as like and Ali G. I've never seen him as like a serious role.
He was the Frenchman in Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. He was. I don't even remember his name.
Jean Pierre, I think.
Yeah, Jean Pierre.
This is my issue, specifically with that casting, because this is supposed to be for Ironheart, right? This is Riri Williams, our predecessor to Iron Man. She's blah blah blah. That tells me they're pushing comedy, and I'm fucking sick of Marvel comedy.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
if we have a Mephisto that's fucking Sacha Baron Cohen with his fucking quips and his one-liners and shit, I'm gonna fucking hate my life.
so what doesn't make sense to me is like some of these villains seem so out of place.
Yeah.
Like some of these villains seem so out of place in the fact that they do not belong. in these like different projects. You know what I mean? So like the whole thing with Mephisto being introduced in Ironheart. Why wasn't Mephisto like introduced with Scarlet Witch, considering that she was like the possessor of the Darkhold? And like why was he not introduced in Multiverse of Madness, where it would kind of make sense? You know what I mean? They've got him coming into the predecessor of Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know what? It's weird.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me that
I really don't know.
like I'm confused. Fuck.
I guess we'll see.
Doug.
Yeah.
I just realized I forgot to record. I forgot to hit record. Like we're live, but I forgot to hit record.
So you can clip it.
So I could put this on fucking what's it called? Fuck!
Spotify and Google.
Okay. This episode will not be available on Spotify, Google, and Amazon podcasts.
Well, you should be able to save the video from one of the three. You should be able to save it from YouTube.
Right, but I would have to convert the... It would be harder to convert a saved video as opposed to a recorded video. Son of a bitch. Okay. So, as I said,
unfortunately,
before we get back to the news, as I said, today's podcast will not be available on Spotify, Amazon, or Google Podcasts because of user error. Me.
Normally, I'm the one that forgets to hit record.
Yeah. Did you hit it today?
I didn't because we're live. I don't have to save it.
Well, that was my thing. That was my thing. I was like, okay, we're live. We don't need to hit record. And then I was like,
exactly.
Wait a minute. I had to record it. And
shit.
Of course I catch that I did not hit record an hour and 2 minutes into the podcast. So yeah.
Oh hell.
There's
back to the news.
Back to the news. Wow. My face is super duper white because of this
your screen.
Yeah. Is there a way to like lower the brightness?
I changed my stuff to dark setting. I always do. But then every once in a while it'll be like a white screen.
How do you do that?
Yep.
Awesome.
I don't remember. I think it's in your display settings.
Wait, am I able to do that? Oh, never mind. We did it. Cool. We're Gucci. We're good.
Let's see. What do we got? A bunch of little small bits of information. We've got a bunch of new images and posters from Black Panther.
Oh yeah. We've got
Agatha,
photos from Madam Web.
So okay, I can't tell, but does that not look like Evan Peters?
In what?
The Madam Web.
What Madam Web?
This Madam Web still. Of the two characters fighting on what looks like a beam. You see that?
No, I was gonna say it looks more like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. What the fuck did I just say?
You said Evan Peters.
I did because the one right below it was Evan Peters. So.
Oh.
My bad.
Yeah, Evan Peters in talks to return to the MCU.
Yeah, MCU. But this looks like Aaron.
It does. It does. But like,
I'm super confused about that because
I think a lot of people are saying that that's supposed to be Kane Parker, Peter Parker's clone. Ooh. So if that's the case,
nothing about this Madam Web series.
Me neither.
Have to look into this.
I don't know anything about Madam Web. Oh, yeah. Dude, this Werewolf by Night poster's fire.
Yeah,
the one right above Madam Web.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was fucking awesome. I highly recommend it.
I watched it the other night, and I think Atita she was over watching Marvel stuff because she finished watching the end of She-Hulk with me. And, I kind of want to touch on that a little bit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The series for me really didn't do anything. Not even like this was supposed to be a comedy law show, which I get. Like it wasn't supposed to be the typical Marvel series.
Right.
But at the same time, for me, the storyline and just what we saw and what we got was super like lackluster. Like,
yeah, I can understand that.
I thought was pretty badass. Like seeing him in
Oh,
his plastic red and yellow.
Daredevil was so fucking good in that episode, man. Speaking of which, I've got Daredevil right here.
Yeah.
He looks badass, man.
Yeah, finally seeing She-Hulk in her classic purple and white super suit, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
like the fight between Daredevil and her, I thought was pretty cool. That they got the team up and whatnot.
Dude, bro, if this is what we can expect of Charlie Cox's Daredevil in the show, I'm all for it, man. Like this was the suit is dynamite. The classic colors fucking awesome. And you know, I've seen a lot of people complaining about not only Daredevil and She-Hulk, you know, getting it on, but also fucking Daredevil being put into a comedic show. I've seen people bitching and complaining about that too.
So again, this goes back to what the show premise was, right? It's a comedy law show.
Right.
Just because it's Marvel, okay? Just because it's Marvel doesn't mean that Daredevil has to be doom and gloom and brave all the time. Like, you know. And then the fact that he hooked up with She-Hulk, read a fucking comic.
Yeah.
Read a She-Hulk comic.
Read a book.
Just one comic. And she hooks up with somebody.
That is literally what She-Hulk does. She is a promiscuous hoe.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because she's hot.
No,
but
people are just people are still wanting the Daredevil we had from the Netflix show,
which we're gonna get. Like, that's what people don't understand. We're gonna get that. At the
same time, this is a complete reboot. What are they calling it?
Well, actually, it's not like a complete reboot, because they are gonna touch on certain things that happened in the Netflix show. They've confirmed that they are gonna touch on certain topics that happened.
Right. But for the most part, it's
a reboot.
Is a new show.
It's a reboot. We get to see Daredevil in his super acrobatic form. We get to see him using the billy clubs. We get to see him beating the shit out of people in Daredevil fashion. And you know, if we pepper in some comedy, that's okay. Because guess what? Again, if you read a fucking Daredevil comic book, there is comedy. The dude literally walks around wearing a fucking red sweater that says, "I'm not Daredevil."
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you read a lot of his comic books, he sleeps with a lot of women. He's a good-looking dude in the comic books, and he gets laid quite often.
I think that's the issue, is that, and the one thing that you and I kind of have to take into account when people are complaining about these things, they don't read the comics.
Right.
We have read the comics. We know the backstory. We know, certain bits and pieces of information. So, but the people who are watching this are like, well, the Daredevil from the other show didn't do that kind of thing. He was,
like, y'all do realize that anytime Elektra is involved, Matt gets it on. You know that, right? Like, Daredevil
just because it wasn't portrayed. Just because they, like in She-Hulk, where they're dropping their fucking super suits. Right?
Yeah.
That's, just because you didn't see that in Daredevil
doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
With Elektra, all right?
And I mean, in the Daredevil TV show, you see Elektra and Matt sitting on Matt's couch. Matt is shirtless. Obviously, they got a little hot and heavy. Because they're in his apartment, sitting on a couch, shirtless, just like, that was great. What did you think?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Like, like people don't seem to understand that, Marvel, has confirmed that they're going to start like peppering in more legitimately adult stuff, you know. So when you're seeing, I mean, Werewolf by Night, that show was gruesome. There was a lot of dismemberment. There was a lot of blood. You know, obviously, most of it, 99% of it was in black and white.
Yeah.
Which goes in tone with the old monster films.
Yeah.
But if you really look at it, there was a lot of dismemberment. There was a lot of gruesome moments that happened in that show. You know, Man Thing or Swamp Thing. I think it's Man Thing. Man Thing, I'm not going to say who he killed, but he killed multiple people.
Yeah.
You know, and
I keep seeing like pictures and stuff. I just need to watch it
Mo.
because I keep seeing like I saw one and it's like, we need more Ted, and I'm like, who the fuck is Ted?
Mo just came into chat and said hashtag justice for Candy. So stupid.
Yes.
But you know, it's a lot of people that are watching these shows and don't read the comics don't seem to understand that
These are still human beings. that
yeah,
have
like
needs.
human beings have needs. And if you remember in the final episode, Mo, spoiler alert, get the fuck out. Get out of here. Get out of here, Mo. We're about to talk about the final episode of She-Hulk, and if you have not watched, you're not going to be happy. Get out of here. Go. I'll give you 45 seconds. You have 45 seconds.
I've got a timer. You've got until 10:21.
Yes. You got till 10:21. Hurry up, Mo. Get out. Text me when you get out of here.
We'll keep talking about other things real quick.
Yeah. But how's the weather?
I'm
Do
pretty
you
sure
like
it's
weather?
humid outside?
Oh, dude, it's
But we're going to
disgusting.
the beach, so I'm
oh
happy.
damn, nice.
Yeah, our friend, our friend that moved down here with us, or well, not with us, but shortly after from Ohio.
I'm
it's
gonna
his
text
birthday.
Mo to make sure she's not in here when we talk about the final episode.
But yeah, we're gonna go get some food and go to the beach. And go to the beach. It's 10:21, Mo.
I'm texting her right now. We're about to talk about Final She-Hulk. All right.
What the fuck?
Okay. All right. I think we're safe. I texted her. So the final episode of She-Hulk, man.
Yeah,
I liked it, but it was also a massive letdown.
dude, it was such a clusterfuck. Like,
It was so.
I saw the like comedy of what they were trying to do. Like, you know, Marvel doesn't have to, literally what we were complaining about, right?
Right.
Like, Marvel doesn't have to do this big spectacular
Right.
finale. So, you know, she goes and like tries to talk to Kevin.
Right.
But at the same time, like,
It went
it was a
from.
super letdown.
So it went from going to be a badass finale with like a massive fight between Abomination and the Hulk, and got turned into what you just said, like She-Hulk decimating the fourth wall
Oh yeah.
to go
Breaking through the Disney like
breaking
title
through
screen.
the Disney Plus menu to then being actually at, I think Mo just
Marvel
texted me.
Studios.
Being actually at Marvel Studios to go and talk to Kevin Feige.
Which ends up being a robot with a hat. The introduction of Scar, I thought was weird. I feel like we had no lead up to that. Yeah, that the whole last episode was just, I'd say like the last, I don't know, 15 minutes of
Man,
that
it
episode.
was so I want to talk about that, bro. So over the last couple of years, man, the Hulk went from complete fucking tank, complete badass to
So I saw people
absolute
talking about that.
bitch. And
this Smart Hulk that we have, that
I'm
they've
fucking
introduced,
over it, bro.
I hate it. I hate.
I'm over it. Am I good to
Like-
bring Mo back in here?
I think so. Yeah, because you and I both agree on the last thing that a certain someone was odd to bring.
Oh, she said she isn't gonna watch because Rachel spoiled everything for her. God dang it,
Oh, no.
Rachel. But
Rachel!
why would you do such a thing to such a wonderful human? But,
the introduction of that character, and then all of like,
Oh, we could mention his name.
yeah,
Scar.
well, I just in general, like, just
Oh, we're still talking about bitch Hulk.
yeah, this Smart Hulk character is fucking annoying.
So I got
And-
it when we first saw him. When we first
Right.
saw him, you know, he just got the works from Thanos.
Yeah,
So him and Hulk made a deal to kind of
Yeah.
combine each other. However, what's going on, AJ? However, the whole Smart Hulk completely taking over. Completely taking over.
I hate it.
And you know, no longer being violent, no longer being the Hulk that we all love. You know, dude, I'm fucking over it. I am so over
last
it.
Good Hulk we had was Ragnarok.
Yeah, that was the last time the Hulk was brutal and vicious, and then he turns into a fucking pussy.
And you know, they've made announcements that we're gonna get a World War Hulk. And I don't want Smart Hulk.
I don't.
If it is Smart Hulk, I won't watch it.
Yeah,
I won't.
I am so over Smart Hulk, man. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you've got this absolute animal, this
You've got one of the
absolute
strongest
beast,
beings in the Marvel universe,
and you're
like,
wasting him. You are wasting him by dragging
yes, he
out
got his
this fucking Smart Hulk bullshit.
yeah, this Smart Hulk storyline. I'm off. I'm over it.
Because in the
I need-
comic books, he is Smart Hulk, but he's also extremely violent when he needs to be. In this
Right.
one, it's, my name is Smart Hulk.
I'm a pacifist. I
I'm a
don't wanna fight."
pacifist. Like, come the fuck on, man. And then we see in the final episode of She-Hulk,
Yeah.
bursts through the wall. Let her go, asshole. Punches Abomination a few times, which, by the way, I want to talk about Abomination because, again, I'm fucking super pissed about him as well. You know,
Right.
you took these two absolute badass creations, the Incredible Hulk, the
And
Abomination,
and they're both
absolute
pussies.
nemesises. Now they are absolute pussies, man. Abomination became a fucking pacifist, a fucking inspirational speaker. Come the fuck on, man. We haven't seen Tim Roth as Abomination for fucking what?
Shit.
14 years? 13 years? It's been 13 years since we have seen Tim Roth as the Abomination. Just to
No,
come back.
I like his styling.
So do I. Oh, he looks like the comic book version of Abomination with the little
Right.
the little fin things, but
But
that is not
Ow!
like, how do you do that to such incredible characters?
2008 is when it came out.
Yeah. Heather, thank you for saving a civilian. This
They
is
have completely turned those.
so for you guys coming in here, I just want to be clear that
those tuning in.
we are focused on the chat, but we're not we're not super focused on the chat, if that makes sense. This is the podcast episode, so if we do miss your comment, we don't respond to your comment. It's not because we don't want to, it's because we're doing the podcast talking about talking
Certain
deeply about these TV shows and these comic books and all that stuff. So please do not get upset if we don't answer your comments directly, especially if they're not related to the topics that we're talking about. You know, it's nothing against y'all. Love you. So yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know. I'm sick of seeing.
I'm-
Like I said, you've heard my comments
I'm
on it. I'm
so
tired of the
over it.
Marvel comedy, like all comedy. Like I don't need all that.
I mean,
I don't want all that.
so to an extent, you know, like if they
I'm
do
fine
the
with,
comedy
quips
right,
here and there.
like
Yeah.
look at Daredevil in the Daredevil episode. That was
Yeah.
that was
That was fun.
comedy gold. That was fun. It was goofy. It was seeing Daredevil in a different light, and
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice.
But you've
No, Mo
taken-
is not here.
You've taken multiple badass characters and made them like stupid.
Right.
You
and-
took-
exactly.
The three biggest characters: Thor, Hulk, Abomination, and you've turned them into like absolute pussies.
Man, how did we go from Thor being an absolute tank of a god to being an
What he was in Love and
absolute
Thunder.
embarrassment to
It's like we're not
the
even watching
fucking
that
gods.
character anymore.
how did we go from badass Norse god to an embarrassment to Norse gods?
I truthfully believe the first Thor was the best Thor. Ragnarok was good, but
Ragnarok was my
why is
favorite
he-
one.
Why is he stupid? Why are you making him out to be a fucking moron?
Yeah, it doesn't make
The way
any
he
sense.
Talks, the way he, he's an Asgardian. He's not a fucking moron.
Right. He's not
knows
fucking
the ins
stupid.
and outs of the nether, like the entire 9 realms.
Yeah, he's
Why
not
do
a
you-
fucking idiot.
Why do you think? What? I can't. I can't.
It doesn't make any sense, man. It like
No.
I'm trying to figure out what their angle is with, because I mean the one that we've seen the most is they're dragging out the Hulk. They are dragging out the Hulk
This-
to
this
be
Smart
Smart
Hulk
Hulk,
storyline
and
is
I'm
just-
fucking tired of it, man. Like
Yeah.
we get it. Thanos beat the ever loving shit out of you. Get over it.
I need whatever inhibitors he has keeping him as Smart Hulk to just fail.
Yeah, because I want to see raging, fucking super aggressive, Incredible Hulk again, because that's what he is. He's not some. I hate that they're like demonizing him and turning him into like an inspirational character. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you can control your anger. You have to woo-saw it. No, dude, the Incredible Hulk is not meant to be.
That's fine if that's what you want to push, but not with the Hulk.
Right. Don't push it with the fucking Hulk. Push it with Daredevil. Like,
Yeah.
don't actually do that. Daredevil's a badass. Don't push it with Push it with like fucking Hello Kitty or My Little Pony. Like, don't fucking push it with the Incredible Hulk. He's meant to destroy cities. And you know what was funny? Like I commented to you, in the final episode of She-Hulk, Jen made that comment. I'm a Hulk. I'm supposed to be smashing shit. And occasionally Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Like, but like she
maybe,
even said that.
maybe that's them listening and kind of like adding a little quip in,
Right.
saying, not necessarily coming out and saying it, but
Right,
like,
right.
we hear you, we'll fix some things.
You're right. You
I
could keep
hope-
him as Smart Hulk. You can. But throw
in
him
the comics,
in.
in every, in the comics and in every rendition we've seen as Hulk in the cartoons, he's still smart. He's an intelligent being because he has
Right.
Banner's brain. But he
Right.
still has the violence and the aggression of Hulk. I want that.
Right, exactly. But even in the comic books, like when he's actual Professor Hulk, Smart Hulk,
Yeah.
when he needs to be, he will destroy an entire city to stop a threat. He will. So you can keep Smart Hulk, but when a dangerous situation arises, when something like a Thanos level threat arises,
Yeah.
put on your Hulk pants and smash some shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I don't mind Smart Hulk as long as they turn him into an absolute demon when he needs to be. I'm tired of the, oh, hey, I'm Smart Hulk. I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I'm a pacifist. No, Stop being a fucking pussy and beat the shit out of somebody. Same with the Abomination,
happens.
bro.
Yeah.
Although I will say I believe that the Abomination. I want to honestly believe that what we saw of the Abomination in the show is all just a fluke. I want to believe that.
Could be.
Because at the very end, we see him escaping prison with Wong
And he's
to
like, "What's it called?"
Camertage.
Yeah.
We're talking about everything, AJ. We're talking about everything. Richard, what's going on, brother? Yeah, we're talking about everything, man. So you know, I want to say that to fit the comedic profile of the show, they toned Abomination down, which is cool.
Could be.
I get that. You know, I can understand that. And you know, Tim Roth did an amazing job, not only as Emil Blonsky but also as Abomination. I loved it because if you remember, in Shang-Chi, Abomination and Wong are beating the living shit out of each other. So,
Yeah,
you
'cause
know,
he's training him.
exactly.
Is what Wong said.
So he's not a full-blown, like, pacifist, inspirational speaker. You know, I don't believe that for a fucking second. You know, I don't believe that for a second. And I think that's what they wanted us to believe in the show. Again, because of the comedic roots, the comedic way. You know, and I get that. But, I think that we will actually see Emil Blonsky as the actual Abomination somewhere down the line.
I hope so.
And I'm really hopeful that we do. And you know what? If maybe that was Marvel listening to us with that quip by Jen when she said, "I'm a Hulk, I'm supposed to smash things." Hopefully that was Marvel, like you said, hopefully that was Marvel listening to us, to the fans, like, y'all need to get the Hulk back to where he belongs.
Yeah.
You know, because the
yeah.
smart Hulk bullshit, it's getting real old, real fucking quick. And, you know, I'm not happy with the way that we just got the introduction to Scar.
Hey, here he is.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, I want you to know I've been gone for a while, but I got somebody I want you to meet. This is my son, Scar. That dude looked so bad. So bad. Looks nothing like the comic book character.
No.
Scar looks like one of those, like, rebel kids that, like, got kicked out of school for bullying the, like, little Hulks. And just, like, he looks like, one, a straight up douchebag. Like, I don't know what the fuck's up with that hair. He looks like a straight up jackass. So I'm kind of annoyed with how Scar looks. Maybe we can, let's see, is there an image here with Scar? Because there's not. I don't see an image with Scar.
I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it too much because I hope it doesn't stick, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it doesn't stick. Because that was a god awful introduction to an otherwise extremely violent and very cool character. What do we got next here? So yeah, that was She-Hulk talk, man. Overall, I personally really enjoyed the show. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good show. I know you gave it a 4 out of 10. Mm-hmm. I gave it a 6.5 because, you know, I really took it for what it was. This was our first introduction to Jen Walters. You know, she was not an established character in the MCU, and Marvel wanted to try something completely different. And, in a way, I believe they succeeded. There were a couple things that, were kind of lackluster. Not a lot of villains. You know, you had the Wrecking Crew, you had Titania,
yeah.
You had that dude Todd that was like obsessed with her, who you found out is the like Hulk King, the leader of intelligentsia.
Yep.
And then you've got Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, the Abomination, but he wasn't even a villain in this.
No.
So, I mean, that was really my biggest issue, was the fact that there was a very lacking of villains, and most of the villains were just reused in each episode to really have no point in the story, to a very lackluster main villain. You see the one guy that she hooks up with, goes on a couple dates with him, just to never show up in an episode again. Never shows up in an episode again.
Blood.
Yeah, Todd's the one that hired him to take her blood so that way he can inject himself. Just for the episode to end with her breaking, destroying, fucking making the fourth wall non-existent and going to Marvel Studios. And, again, I liked the season for what it was. I thought when there was action, it was fun. It wasn't too crazy. I don't think they used Josh Segarra enough. For those of you that don't know who Josh Segarra is, he played Adrian Chase, Prometheus in season 5 of Arrow. Absolutely nailed the role. Holy shit. They didn't use him enough. And, I just, it was lackluster. It was a lackluster show. But overall, I enjoyed it because I thought the comedy was fun. I thought Tatiana Maslany did incredible as both Jen Walters and She-Hulk. I took it for what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I took it for what it was, and I thought it was a good time. So yeah, that's that on She-Hulk. Quick little one. We got filming for Deadpool 3 will begin in January of next year. For those of you that haven't seen this, Wolverine is going to be back.
Reintroduced. Yep.
He's coming back. Coming back to Deadpool 3. Hugh Jackman's going to be reprising the role. Fucking awesome. Super excited for that. For those of you that also don't know, Deadpool's my favorite character in Marvel. I'm over the moon excited for this, man. This one's good.
Yeah, Oscar Isaacs was talking about the future of Moon Knight, apparently, and he said, "Am I expecting a season 2? I can only say this isn't the last time we've heard of the Moon Knight complex." So
they twisted what he said just a little bit. I saw the actual video. So he said, instead of the Moon Knight complex, he said, "I can only say this isn't the last time we've heard of the system that is Moon Knight." So they twisted it a little bit in this, but yeah, it's basically the same consensus is this is not the only
announce the season 2, but it also just, we're not done seeing Moon Knight. He may be in a film shortly,
right? Exactly,
or another series or something.
And that's Oscar Isaac essentially saying that he is still on board to play the character too. So that I know that was a concern for a lot of people because he did not sign a lasting contract with Marvel.
Correct.
He signed the contract to do season 1 of Moon Knight, and that was it. So the fact that we basically got 2 confirmations in one statement by saying this isn't the last time we've seen the system that is Moon Knight, while also basically confirming that he is on board to continue in the role of Mark Spector, Jake Lockley, and Stephen Grant, Moon Knight, Mr. Knight. So that's good news because I really loved his portrayal of the character. That was a great show, man. That's probably
that was a good one.
That Moon Knight was probably my favorite Marvel show to come out. With She-Hulk probably number 2. Only because I liked how diverse She-Hulk was.
Yeah.
And we got to see Daredevil again.
Let's see. Next up, apparently the trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp will be released before Black Panther hits theaters, which is November.
A couple weeks, yeah, like 2-3 weeks. So I'm excited for Black Panther, bro.
I am too.
I'm excited for Black Panther. Movies and series to be released in 2023. What If Season 2. Early 2023, Quantum Mania. February 17th. Secret Invasion, spring of 2023. I'm excited for Secret Invasion, man.
Me too.
Can't wait to see more Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Guardians 3, May 5th, 2023. The end of the Guardians of the Galaxy series. But I believe that they'll probably be involved in other projects.
Yeah, I think they're gonna blip them in, and but they won't have
right
their own standalone anymore.
We've got Echo coming in summer of 2023. Man, I'm excited for Echo. Not only because of, again, Daredevil and Kingpin, but because Echo's a pretty badass character. Deaf mute that is just as badass and as well trained as Daredevil.
Yep.
And I don't know if we touched on this last podcast, but apparently Echo is Daredevil's gonna ask Echo for help in tracking down the Punisher.
Yeah.
We did touch on that. Okay.
Yep.
The Marvels, July 28th, 2023.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it. I enjoyed Captain Marvel, the first Captain Marvel movie. I thought it was pretty fun. Again, it was one of those movies that we didn't really need, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. We've got Loki season 2 coming in summer 23.
I really enjoyed the first season. I thought it was very well.
I never finished it, and it wasn't because I got bored with it. It was just because I think something else that I really wanted to watch came out around the same time as Loki, so I didn't just ever get back into it.
I got you.
Am I okay? You seem a little stressed. Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. What? I seem stressed?
Happened.
It might be because I'm looking on my other screen, on my other monitor over here is Doug and I. That's what's being projected over to this monitor. So I'm looking at Doug. I'm not just gonna, I don't want to just stare over here and like wait for people to talk in the chat. Just be like, say something. So no, I'm looking over here and like, I don't really have a facial expression because I'm just staring at myself and Doug.
Screens. Yeah.
But no, I'm chilling.
They're rebooting X-Men 97 animated series.
I'm excited for that, bro. I'm actually excited for that because apparently they're also adding new characters that were not in the original series.
Nice.
And they're adding new scenes, so I'm pretty excited for that. That's fall of 2023.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ironheart coming in fall of 2023.
Yeah.
What I'm confused about though is Blade. Didn't they say that Blade got pushed back to 2024?
I think Blade is actually permanently delayed. They don't even have a date now.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it said, because further up in the thingy, it says that that Blade is going to be the first movie of Phase 6.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Phase 6 starts in 2025, bro.
Yeah.
DC is better. You're fucking high, Richard. Name a good DC movie that is not Batman. Yo, Rebel, thank you for saving a civilian, brother. I appreciate you, man. You're fucking high for that statement. I'm banning you. You're getting a 15-minute mute. We can't have any of this craziness.
We've got Agatha. I don't.
Agatha, Coven of Chaos. I never actually watched WandaVision. I just didn't care to.
It was good.
I heard it was super slow going, and that's what kind of turned me off. So
it did start slow.
I heard the first 4 episodes are dog shit. Or not dog shit, but they're super fucking slow.
Agatha movie? I'm not.
No, it's a TV show.
Oh, it's a show?
Yeah, it's not a movie.
Then I probably won't watch it.
Yeah.
But that's winter of 2023.
Yeah. We've got a new image of Namor from Black Panther. He looks pretty badass, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's got the septum bar.
Yeah.
He's got the little elf ears.
Yeah.
The emerald earring. This.
I'm excited to see the movie. I'm ready.
We need
got a
joking
bunch of
brones, not
stills.
serious know your shit brones. Well,
this is what you get on Sunday.
yeah, this is what you get every other Sunday. We're here talking about our passions here, bro. If you want the joking brones, check out my streams Monday through Friday and occasionally Saturdays, 8:30,
Yeah,
9
there you
o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
we got a bunch of stills, new spot.
We've got the Atlanteans taking proper COVID protocols, taking proper COVID precautions here. Yeah, I know it's their breather, but it looks like a N95 mask.
Wow.
It does, bro. Why do they need breathers? They're fish people.
Right, that's what they use when they're out of water. Dingus.
Oh, that makes more
It's a water
sense.
breather. It's not an air breather.
That makes more sense. Okay, full circle. Understood.
Moving on.
We've got Martin Freeman. We got Martin Freeman, no longer a hobbit. And then we've got, I don't know the guy's
Namor.
name, but Namor.
Yeah.
Looking badass. And then we got, that's Riri Williams, right? Yeah, that's got to be
Yeah.
Riri.
That's Riri. Yeah.
And we got M'Baku, Winston Duke.
Yeah.
This dude is badass. Not even gonna lie. Then we got Angela Bassett, I think is her real name. She's from American Horror Story, I'm pretty sure, isn't she?
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff over the years.
Yeah. She's
That's the mom. That's
yeah.
T'Challa's mom.
And I'm confused because that's not Shuri. That was T'Challa's love interest, right?
This one, I don't think so.
Oh, Shuri's in
she's
the
just
next
part of
lineup. We got
Yeah, she's in the
Michonne.
next one. Yeah.
That's all I know her as is Michonne from The Walking Dead. And then we got another lady. That could also be his love interest. I don't fucking know.
The bottom right on that screen you're on, that's her. The other ones are just
No, the
two
bottom left is
warriors.
Shuri.
No. The bottom right is his love interest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we got Shuri. She's badass. I'm hoping the Shuri's going to be Black Panther. If she's not, I'm gonna
don't
be pissed.
see it being anybody else. I really
yeah,
don't.
me neither.
So we'll find out.
But
Yeah.
latest projects coming out this year. We've got Wakanda Forever coming out November 11th. And
then
we've
the
got
Guardians Holiday.
the Guardians Holiday Special coming out December of this year.
That's the last two Marvel things for this year.
Yeah. We got Jonathan Kang talking a little bit about Kang. I just said Jonathan Kang. Jonathan Majors
Majors.
talking
there you go.
about Kang the Conqueror. He's the warrior version of Kang. So there was a focus on what warrior would be like that. Wait. What that warrior would be like that has been around for centuries and has developed all kinds of fighting skills. So I'm very excited to see that.
Here's your delayed. Blade is delayed
yes,
September
okay.
of 2024. Deadpool was delayed November of 2024. Fantastic Four, February 25, and then Secret Wars, May of 26.
Pushed back a whole year for Secret Wars. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this. Because a lot of people may not realize what had caused all of these delays. So essentially what caused all of these delays was Blade. So Blade has gone through the ringer. Originally announced back in 2019 at Comic-Con when Mahershala Ali walked onto the stage to reveal that he had a Blade hat. Yo, Matt, thank you for saving a civilian, brother. When he realized that he had a Blade hat. And, you know, we've heard absolutely nothing for the last 3 years about Blade. Up until the point of the release date being revealed at this year's Comic-Con back in July. And then we've heard nothing else. So what has happened in the last 3 months? Blade lost their director. Mahershala Ali has not been happy with the entire process of what is going on with the film and just everything in general. Just to confirm, that they did in fact lose their director. Mahershala Ali is not happy, and they are rewriting the entire film from scratch.
Yep.
Rewriting the entire script from scratch, which tells me that one, they didn't have any faith in the original script. Two, it may not have been what it should have been. I personally believe they should just follow the old formula of Blade, obviously modernize it. But the old formula of Blade was a violent R-rated film where Wesley Snipes gave vampires the business for 3 movies, 2 hours each. Why change the formula? Everybody loved the Blade films, even the third Blade movie, which was arguably the worst of the 3, but still a fantastic movie. So this worries me a little bit because they did confirm earlier this year that Blade was going to be PG-13, which is a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Blade's...
Well, and the reason they do that is because there is a lot they can get away with, even with a PG-13 rating.
Right.
The amount of shit they have to go through to get a rated R.
Yeah.
Is tremendous.
But I mean, look at it like this, though. Marvel Zombies, the Marvel Zombies animated show. Kevin Feige has confirmed that is going to be a TVMA rating, meaning TVMA, for those of you that don't know, is the R-rated equivalent for television. So things like Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all that shit was rated R for television. Obviously that was all like primetime shit except for, or like public cable, except for, Daredevil and all those Marvel shows. But everything else was on like public television. So obviously you can't do, like the super strong language and all that shit. But like The Walking Dead, extremely violent. Breaking Bad, extremely violent. TVMA. So Marvel Zombies is the first film to become TV, or the first TV show to be TVMA. Deadpool 3 going to be rated R, confirmed by Kevin Feige on numerous occasions. We got another justice for Candy.
With this whole reboot, with this rewrite, maybe we'll get that. Maybe that was part of Mahershala Ali's concern, was the fact that
it wasn't R-rated.
A movie that of Blade, knowing what Blade used to be, and it not being what it should be.
And that very well could be the case. That could be one of the things that he was worried about. And if that's the case, I'm glad that they're rewriting it. I'm glad that it's been delayed for 2 more years. I really hope that they do right by the Blade character, because not only is he an incredible character, we've got an incredible actor to back it up.
Yeah.
And, I want to see this character get the justice he deserves. It's been, 20 years since we've seen Blade? Because I think those movies came out in the 90s.
So. I think the third one came out in the early 2000s.
Well, yeah, the third one did, but the first two was, I think it was like 98 and 99, and then the third one was like 2002 or something like that. Either way, it has been at least
98, 02, 04.
Okay, so since the last movie, it will be 20 years when the new one comes out. So it's been 20 years since we've seen the third movie. And then 25, 23, 24 years since we've seen the first movie. So, they really have to do this right, man. That's really all I got to say. Yeah. It says that Blade will be the first movie of Phase 6 all the way in 2024. So Phase 6 starts in 2024.
Mm-hmm. we've got some images of Madam Web. Again, I know nothing about
Yeah.
this, so I know Madam Web's blind. That's about all I got. So there
Yeah.
you go.
Ryan Coogler revealed that Wakanda Forever will be set 1 year after T'Challa's death. Final episode of She-Hulk is now streaming. This is one that I'm excited for. The project
Nova.
dedicated to Nova, not Nova Corps, the actual superhero Nova, will be a special. So just like Werewolf by Night, it'll probably be like a 40-50 minute episode.
Like an origin thing.
Yeah, like an origin story or an origin just like telling of the character of Nova. So it'll be another special for Disney Plus. I'm excited for that. Marvel Zombies, 4 episodes. That's it?
Interesting.
That's upsetting.
Harrison Ford has joined the cast of Captain America: New World Order as Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
I'm pretty excited for it, but that also, you know, for those of you that aren't aware, William Hurt, the original actor for General Ross, who was in the original Incredible Hulk movie in
and then brought
2004, he passed away in March of this year.
Yeah.
So they're recasting the character of General Ross to Harrison Ford, which I love.
Richard, Justice for Candy.
Yeah, that's what I said. We got another Justice for Candy.
I got one in mind too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But
What's up, Richard?
so here's what I want to say. And this is not really controversial, but you know, why are we recasting a man that died in March of this year, but nobody wanted to touch the recasting of Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa? And you know, I'm gonna say it like this, and this is what I truly feel. I truly feel that they're okay with recasting Harrison Ford or recasting William Hurt with Harrison Ford as opposed to Chadwick Boseman, because Chadwick Boseman brought a main player to life. That's basically that's my feeling. Is General Ross was not like a main player. You know what I mean?
So if we'd already had a Red Hulk, I think it'd be a different story.
Right.
But yes, as far as Ross, he's kind of been the master puppeteer.
Right.
You know, he's the one that got the Sokovia Accords like pushed into effect.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he's been after the Hulk for X amount of years. So he's not a huge character. He is kind of pivotal, not kind of, sort of, not really. On the other hand, T'Challa, you know, Chadwick, that was he's a front runner.
Right.
You know.
Now, there is one comment that I want to make, and this was not my initial comment. I was talking to somebody at work about it, like about how the fact that they recast William Hurt but didn't recast Chadwick Boseman. Mind you, the coworker that said this was black. This person said the reason why they didn't recast Chadwick Boseman is because he's black.
You know,
I don't
know how to respond to that. You know,
I don't know how to respond to that. I said to him, so what my response was, so we can recast a white dude that died 6 months ago, but we can't recast a black man that died, what, 2-3 years ago?
Was it last year?
Was it last year?
I don't remember, to be honest.
But like that was my question to this young man. I was like, why does it make sense to recast a white guy who died, but we can't recast the black guy that died?
2 years. It was 2020.
Okay, so 2 years. So I asked him that question, and he was like, that's a damn good question. And I was like, dude, there are so many phenomenal black actors. that could have kept the role of King T'Challa alive.
Especially since, like you said, the family of Chadwick Boseman wanted it to be recast
Right.
due to the fact that they wanted that character to live on.
Yes, they didn't want the character to die with Chadwick Boseman. They wanted, and they even went so far to say that their son, brother, uncle, nephew, cousin would have wanted the same.
That. Yeah.
That his family, Chadwick Boseman's family, stated that Chadwick would have wanted the character to be recast. So why? Like, why did we not recast T'Challa? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I don't understand it.
Because we're not Marvel Disney executives, that's why.
That's true. But at the same time, Chadwick Boseman brought this character to life.
Yeah.
But what people need to understand is that the character of T'Challa, not Black Panther, the character of T'Challa is a very, very, very important character, especially in the storylines that are coming our way. So the fact that we are not getting T'Challa recast is kind of bullshit. It's bullshit.
At the end of the day, it's already done.
Yeah.
Like,
now I'm sure
we can say and do what we want, but it's not gonna change anything because they've already done it.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm super excited for Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna say it. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see how badass Shuri is, because in the comic books, Shuri does become Black Panther after he disappears for a while.
Yeah.
She does become Black Panther, which is true to the comic books.
Yeah.
However, you don't kill off the character just because the actor died. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. You don't kill the character, especially a character of extreme importance, and not recast him because his story's not over.
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know.
That's just that's my opinion, and apparently that's the opinion of most people out there. A lot of people were very upset that T'Challa was not recast, including his family members.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
The announcement of a movie dedicated to the Incredible Hulk could be imminent.
Don't care. Because, again, unless we get the Hulk we want, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're getting a movie dedicated to the Hulk, it better be Hulk Smash Hulk and not I'm a Bitch Hulk, because I will not be watching if we get Smart Hulk. I can't do it, man. I cannot fucking do it.
I won't.
I'm over the Smart Hulk bullshit.
Filming of Loki season 2 is wrapped up, so that'll be coming out soon.
Okay.
We kind of talked about this.
Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen.
So I find odd, but whatever. We'll see how it goes.
In Ironheart, the Hood will make a pact with Mephisto to acquire magical powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Regan Aaliyah will play Zelma Stanton in Ironheart. Okay.
I know nothing. I don't know a lot about Ironheart,
Yeah.
so I don't know who that is.
All right. So that's it for the Marvel updates.
As far as DC goes, there hasn't been much. Black Adam is it out?
No, the 21st. I'm excited, bro.
I'm ready to watch it. I want to watch it.
Initially, I'll be honest, I was not excited for it.
Yeah.
Because I like The Rock. I do, but he's in fucking everything.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
And I'm kind of tired of it. However, after seeing multiple trailers and listening to the interviews with him about Black Adam, I'm for it, bro. I'm excited. I'm seeing it. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. We've
Yeah.
got Pierce Brosnan coming in as Dr. Fate. That's about the only actor I know. But
Then you've got Noah Centino, yeah, as Atom Smasher.
okay.
I'm trying to think of the names of the guy who plays Hawk, and I forget who the chick is.
Well, that's Hawkman, not Hawk.
Right, I always call him Hawk.
Hawk is the guy from Titans. But yeah, overall, dude, I'm excited. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah,
I think the action will be good, and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, you know, he said he listened to the fans. A lot of the things that we're going to see in this movie are because the fans wanted it. And he really wants to be a driving force in the fixing of the DC Entertainment Universe. Apparently The Rock is like a huge DC fan. Like huge DC fan. So he wants to be involved with the new upbringing,
the new era.
yeah,
DC.
the new era of the DC Entertainment Universe, which, I mean, if this movie succeeds, I don't know why we wouldn't want that as well. Yeah, it says DC fan Dwayne Johnson wants to lend the franchise a helping hand.
We'll see. I have high hopes for it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Right now, that's literally the only DC news that's out there.
Yeah, for real.
Some Titan stuff, which I never watched the show, so I have no.
It's a good
input
show.
on that.
I like it. Can we just take a moment to talk about how Atom Smasher looks exactly like the Deadpool costume?
Not far off.
You see his face, right?
Yeah.
You see the cuts in his eyeballs, right?
Oh yeah.
Tell me that doesn't look exactly like the Deadpool mask, just fucking blue. Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this?
Side by side here.
This is absolutely insanity.
It's close, not quite.
It's close enough to bear a striking resemblance. It's weird.
It gets close.
Yeah, it's there, bro. The Batman star spoils the opening scene of the Penguin spinoff. What a jerk. Whoa, I've been holding in that sneeze for a while, man. What else? Jesus Christ, there's so much.
It's all Black Adam.
So the one thing I've noticed about this DC fans page is, dude, they tweet the same fucking article like 7 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson effectively confirms the Black Adam news we've all been waiting for. Oh, that's the fact that
Yeah.
Superman makes an appearance in that.
Yep.
Well,
I think it's in the end scene. It's
yeah.
not even in the movie.
Titans star says DC superhero team gets obliterated in season 4. That actually makes me kind of happy because they've had a pretty easy going. Brother Blood looks fucking wicked. Have you seen the pictures of Brother Blood? Season 4 of Titans will feature 3 hellish new villains, and 1 is out for blood. It's Brother Blood. And he looks fucking...
Oh, I did see that.
He looks badass, dude. I'm actually kind of for that. That's a pretty sick interpretation of him. Fans fully behind a longtime favorite DC villain being brought to live action. Why not just show us so I don't have to click on a link? Oh, yeah. Comic book fans remember how Coolio, for those of you that don't know, Coolio passed away. Coolio single-handedly saved 2 of the worst superhero movies ever.
Oh, hell, we talked about that last week or week before.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Fearful Blue Beetle director learns whether or not he has Warner Brothers' full support. DC fans aren't even sure The Flash will have a red carpet, let alone an appearance from Ezra Miller. I fucking hope not.
Because he shouldn't.
Ezra Miller's a piece of shit and should not continue being the Flash.
Oh.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of shit here to go.
No, because hell, those last 3 things you said we talked about last time.
Did we?
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, it's crazy how there's no like real news about DC, and there never really is.
No.
Nicolas
There's nothing
Cage
to have
doubles
news on.
down on his desire to play an obscure Batman villain. Now that I want to know. That I'm willing to click on. He wants to play obscure Batman villain Egghead, who was wondrously brought to life by Vincent Price and Adam West's classic 60s TV series. Cool.
Hold on, I'm looking.
So that's about it for the news portion of what we got
Yeah.
going on here.
Now we're on to our comparisons.
Well, we're on to the superhero spotlights, which is also the final bit of the podcast for those of you that do not know. Let's talk about how the Red Hulk is coming and how Harrison Ford is playing him. We already did, bro. We already talked about it. I'm excited. We also, during that little thing, we talked about how it's stupid that William Hurt, the original General Ross, was we talked about how William Hurt was cast or recast for Harrison Ford, but not Chadwick Boseman. We talked about how that's fucking stupid. So now we're on to the character spotlight, right?
Yeah.
And
are you? Who's what this week?
I think I'm Marvel this week.
Okay.
We've got, for those of you that have not seen this, we have the Marvel and DC Bibles here. Wait, my camera's over here. We've got the Marvel and DC Bibles. Literally every character known to man. So, basically, give you guys a quick rundown of what we do here with these Bibles. Every other week, Doug and I alternate. So this week he's got DC, I've got Marvel. The first set of characters that we choose is just a character that we find interesting. Some of you may know the character, some of you may not. We choose characters that we know, characters that we don't know, and then we do a character mashup. We choose one Marvel character, one DC character, talk about the character, give a little bit of a background on them, and then we have like a matchup with them. Who would win a fight, why they would win the fight, and then we have a little debate if we disagree. Lately though, they've been cut and dry. It's been one way the entire fucking time. So right now we're just gonna go through. Is this the dude? Oh, I'm gonna choose a dude from She-Hulk. I'm gonna choose this character from She-Hulk. Doug, you ready?
Oh God.
All right. So this week's character spotlight, Frogman.
Well, no, his name was Leapfrog.
Yeah, but his actual name is Frogman.
Mm.
Yeah. First appearance, Marvel Team Up number 121, September 1982. Full name, Eugene Paul Patilio. He's a high school student. New York City. He is 5'8", 158 pounds, brown eyes, red hair. His special abilities and powers. Frogman wears an electrically powered suit with leaping coils built into his boots. Can leap a maximum height of 60 feet and a maximum distance of 100 feet. Holy shit. A little bit of a background on this character. Eugene's father designed a pair of electronically powered leaping coils. Calling himself Leapfrog, he took to crime to support his family but ended up in jail. To redeem his father's name, Eugene donned one of his old costumes to become the crime fighter, Frogman, helping Spider-Man and the Human Torch defeat the Speed Demon. Eugene later tried to team up with the Toad and Spider-Kid, now called the Steel Spider. A Skrull posing as Frogman joined the action pack but was killed during the secret invasion. Frogman helped the Avengers defeat Flag Smasher when the Spider Queen turned Manhattan into Spider Island. Such a stupid character.
Oh my god.
So there was two Frogmen. One was Eugene's father. The second one was Eugene.
Yep, there you go.
Your turn. And go!
All right. So my DC character spotlight.
Let's go.
His name is Damage.
Damage, okay.
Debut is Damage number 1, 1994, April. His name is Grant Emerson. Base is New York City. Brown eyes, brown hair. His powers and abilities: biochemical fusion reactor in his body provides increased strength, durability, and energy projection.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The boy who grew up to be Damage was the product of an in utero genetic experiment overseen at Vandal Savage. Savage had provided an patriot German scientist with funding on behalf of the company called Symbolics, together with cellular
Real quick, y'all, while he's reading this,
heroes.
choose a page number.
The research bore.
I think it's like 1 through 380.
Why would you word it like this? This is so weird.
So choose a page number. You'll understand why.
And when the
Choose a
child
page
was
number
born,
for us.
Savage had his mother killed and placed the infant, who was called Grant Emerson, in a abusive. Oh my god! Placed in a abusive surrogate family. Grant's powers manifested when he was 16, and Symbolic came to collect him. They killed Grant's foster family, but he escaped. Adopting the name Damage, he began learning how to use his powers with the New Titans. Adopting a mask after his face was badly scarred in a fight with Zoom, he joined the Justice Society of America.
Oh shit, he fought Zoom?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And was later killed and reanimated by Black Lanterns during Blackest Night. Retaining his own mind, he sacrificed himself to destroy the other Black Lanterns before they breached the JSA stronghold. Interesting.
Interesting. So we got a page number. Since we're live, I figured why not let them choose.
Yeah, do it.
So the page number the double chose is 269. Awesome. I know none of these people.
Wait, 269. I went too far.
Yeah, 269. So we've got a couple of them. Well, I'm not going to choose the guy that's occupation is a chauffeur.
You should. You should.
Yeah, right? All right. So, you know what? I'm going to give you guys the choice. Doug, does your page have multiple characters?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna let you guys choose the character. So we've got. I'm not gonna show you.
Page?
Huh?
How many do you have on your page?
4.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you guys choose the characters that we do a matchup for.
I was gonna say,
And
you could have them pick a number 1 through 4, or like 1 to 4.
okay, yeah, we could do
and
that.
We could do that.
Okay, yeah. So I've got 4 characters on my page. I want somebody to choose 1 through 4, and the 4th one, or the 3rd, or the 2nd, or the 1st will be chosen. And how many do you have, Doug?
I have 7, but I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, you could do 7.
Yeah.
Cause
all right.
Yeah. So he's got 7 on his page. I've got 4 on my page. So somebody choose a number through 1 through 4 for me and 1 through 7 for him.
There we go.
I'll give you guys a second.
Yeah.
I know none of these characters, Doug.
I've never heard of any of these.
Awesome.
I think I've heard of one.
Okay. Yo, Ak. Welcome to the Hall of Heroes. Appreciate the follow. Is it AK or Ak? Somebody choose 1 through 4 and then 1 through 7. Do it now. You have 1 minute to make a choice. Just type in the chat 1 through 4 for me, 1 through 7 for Doug. We're gonna do a character mashup.
Random number generator. It doesn't work. So we'll do 1
Somebody
through 4.
choose 1 through 4 or 1 through 7. I got like porno music on.
Dude, mine's some like there's some fucking.
It's the kind of music you want to rub your giblies to. Come on! All right, nobody's saying a number.
All right, I did a random number generator. 1 for you, 4 for me.
Okay, 1 for me, 4 for you. Got it. All right. So.
Okay, I'm skipping that one because that's a group.
Okay.
I didn't realize there was a group on this page.
Good job, Doug.
My bad.
All right. So, my character is Phalanx. This guy. So we're going to read a little bit about Phalanx. All right. First appearance, Uncanny X-Men number 305, October of 1993. Alien being with collective intelligence, no real name. Base of operation, outer space. Height variable, weight variable, eyes unknown, hair none. So,
He's just a...
oh, they're like an entire race. Okay. I guess Phalanx is just one of them. The techno-organic race called the Technarchy creates its food by using its transmode virus to convert organic matter into Phalanx, a collective intelligence life form. Members of the Technarchy then feed on the Phalanx, draining away its life energy. While experimenting on the renegade Technarch Warlock, human scientists obtained a strain of the transmode virus and injected it into humans, hoping to create a new generation of Sentinel robots. Transformed into Phalanx, I guess Phalanx is just like the name of the creature.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 1 Phalanx against whoever you got.
Gotcha.
Their subjects began assimilating other humans. Fortunately, the Phalanx could not digest mutants, and the X-Men stopped them. In space, another group of Phalanx threatened the Shi'ar Empire, but the X-Men foiled their plans again. The insane android Ultron subsequently led yet another breed of phalanx against the Kree, nearly conquering them until several heroes and the Technarchy intervened. See Annihilation. I guess that's the storyline.
Oh.
Sentient biological weapons, the phalanx are formidable adversaries. It doesn't exactly... Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Powers. I didn't even see that. Transforms sentient beings into techno-organic life forms and assimilates them into its collective. Superhumanly strong, they also possess the ability to teleport and shapeshift, molding their limbs into weapons or mimicking the appearance of others. Jesus Christ, they're scary.
So it's a T-100.
Pretty much, yeah. It's the T-100 of the Marvel Universe.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm not gonna say you got the win on this one, but I'll let you make the decision. So the person in question for the DC universe, their name is Scandal Savage.
Oh, I know who that is.
5'10", 143 pounds, brown eyes, brown hair with a blue streak. She is an expert fighter, natural leader, intelligent, gauntlets with retractable blades.
Sounds like a Wolverine mock-up. Isn't that Randall Savage's daughter?
Vandal Savage.
Vandal Savage's daughter.
Yeah. The daughter of infamous criminal Vandal Savage.
I knew it.
Scandal hasn't quite followed in her dad's footsteps, but she hasn't led a civilian's life either. Wow. Blackmailed by the Riddler, who threatened to kill her. What?
That's such a strange... Right. Blackmailed by the Riddler. Yeah.
That's
what?
Well, what I got confused about with this was his next bit.
Okay.
Blackmailed by the Riddler, who threatened to kill her 2 wives.
What?
Scandal was forced to do his bidding as a villain and kidnap Thomas Blake, the future Catwoman or Catman. This is fucking weird. All right. Fearing for Blake's sanity, Scandal brought him a kitten to keep him company in solitary jail.
What the fuck?
Am I reading something like I don't understand? Later, in the company with 2 other mercenaries, Ragdoll and Jeanette.
Oh, Ragdoll's badass.
Scandal was forced to battle the Secret Six, Catman's allies. With neither team wanting to harm the other, they developed a mutual respect, especially when the Secret Six brought Riddler to justice. Scandal subsequently offered to look for the young Secret Six member, Black Alice, when it seemed as if she had been pursued by nearly every sorcerer in the world. That is the weirdest fucking character description.
Yo, Ragdoll's fucking freaky, bro.
I have read to date.
Isn't Ragdoll's that character from The Flash, right? The one that could like break his limbs? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Ragdoll. Yeah, he can like he's a contortionist.
Yeah, he's weird.
Like he had all of his limbs replaced with fucking like metal and shit like that. He's fucking freaky, dude.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking weird.
I would believe I'm gonna go out on a limb here. It's a very, very sturdy limb, mind you. I'm gonna say it's like made of oak.
Okay.
And say that your sentient alien race would
decimate
the floor with Miss Scandal Savage here.
Yeah, but doesn't she have like the abilities of her father? Isn't her father like a master warlock dude?
Well, according to that, she doesn't. According to that, she's got some like fucking butter knives, extendable butter knives.
Hell yeah.
Let me see if I can find Vandal. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was like immortal. At least he was in DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Immortal, cannot be killed through traditional means. Wounds heal regardless of severity.
Yeah.
Increasingly intelligent with ancient connections through the world. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a super powerful being.
His daughter is not.
Oh, okay.
She is.
What a
she
loser.
Did not get his abilities.
What a loser.
I really want to talk about this guy next time. I'm gonna remember this, or you should. I don't know. Not Vandal. This character that I just found.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you the name.
Okay.
Upside Down Man.
Upside Down Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do I know about Super Squirrel Girl? You mean Squirrel Girl? From Marvel?
Girl.
I know that she's fucking useless. What do I know about Squirrel Girl?
She eats nuts.
I know that she is a dumbass character. Wait, that's the wrong book. What do I know about Squirrel Girl? She wears a squirrel costume.
Does she have powers? She does. Superhuman agility,
Superhuman?
assistance, strength. Superhuman.
Superhuman. Hold on, I'm just gonna open up the book, man. We got the Bibles here.
Oh, she can communicate with squirrels. Wow.
She's your sister's favorite character? Let me get to Squirrel Girl. Yeah, Squirrel Girl! Powers and abilities. She has enhanced agility, speed and strength, small claws, and large sharp incisors, as well as a knuckle spike and a tail.
She eats nuts.
She can also communicate with squirrels.
Yep. On that note.
Such a dumb character, bro. Look at her.
Oh, I know.
Squirrel Girl!
Can't be any worse than what was the one Ryan get Morph?
Oh, yeah, Morph. Oh, God. Morph is just a useless version of Mystique.
Yeah.
He could turn into whoever he wants, but he can't do anything other than turn into people.
Terrible.
Such a stupid character. Oh, God. My little pillow died. Yo, Chris! Thank you for saving a civilian, brother. I mean, that about wraps up the podcast episode for this week, right?
Yep. I gotta get off of here and get ready to rock.
Sweet. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for us. A little 2.5 hour live podcast. The first live podcast. I kind of like it. I kind of want to do it again.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do the live podcast again.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out
it's easier, bro.
It is. Yeah, then well, you'll just have to remember to record.
Yeah, I just have to remember to hit record so that way I could upload it onto Google, Amazon, and Spotify. So again, this episode will not be on Google, Amazon, or Spotify, but it's here. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
It's live.
So, you know, we're at least able to, you know, get it out to you guys. But yeah, I think from now on we should just do live podcasts, bro, because it's so much easier, and because 90% of the time, dude, I'm telling you right now, 90% of the time I only upload the shit to Facebook. Like, I know that you upload it onto YouTube, but 90% of the time I just upload the shit onto Facebook, and then I upload it onto all of the podcast programs. Why are we so sexy? We're just built that way, bro. We're built diffy.
Man, like,
built diffy, son. But yeah, no, I feel like this is just so much easier to do because you are live on YouTube, I'm live across all three. We get the podcast spread out and makes our lives so much easier. We don't have to because it takes like 2 hours to upload to each one.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually, it takes like an hour and a half to upload to each one, even with our
so
fast
rough.
internet, because it's compressing the video so much that
Yeah.
it also loses quality. So if we just do a live stream, it makes everything so much smoother and so much easier.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to do from now on, guys. So every 2 weeks, we will be live with a new podcast episode. Eventually, we're going to start bringing guests on.
Yeah.
Eventually. Once we get there. Yeah. This is like episode 11 of the podcast, I think, right?
Yes.
Pretty
Last week
sure.
was
Yeah,
10, and we,
yeah.
like,
Last week was episode 10 and
really
we did
blew the-
nothing special for it because we fucking suck.
I really screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We have fun doing this, man. So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out, stopping in. We had people in the chat, or at least viewers, the entire 2.5 hours, whether it was a few or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. I mean, we've
YouTube's shocked.
why?
I didn't have anybody come in.
Oh, really? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It bees
Ain't
what it
worried about it.
bees. I mean,
I ain't worried about it.
I've seen your like gaming live streams. They get views, so that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us throughout this live podcast, man. We're gonna be back with more lives. Like I said, we're gonna be doing. We're just gonna do live podcasts. Makes it easier on us. I don't have to upload to 15 fucking softwares, so makes it easier on me, makes it easier on Doug. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you again
Ladies
so
and
much.
gentlemen of the chat, I am Brones. He is that Doug dude.
What? What?
Y'all have a good day. Have a great
You
Sunday.
you totally fucked that up.
I know I did. I did it on purpose.
I'm Brones. He's
I'm
that Doug dude. Y'all are amazing. Have a good one.